Did you know you might be able to claim part of your rent or even your utilities as a business expense? Oh, hello there. My name is Savannah. I'm an indie artist and creative small business owner. Today we are talking taxes and business use of home expenses. Especially in 2020, during this unprecedented year, you probably started working from home or started working from home a lot more. And that might mean some new expenses, but also some new deductions. The more money you save on taxes, the more money you can put back into your art. In this week's video series, we're covering business use of home expenses.
Seatbelts, everyone!
Quick reminder before we start, I am a small business owner, been one for a while, and I do a lot of research for these videos, but that does not make me
an accountant.
To learn about business use of home expenses, you can mosey on over to the CRA's website.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Business use of home expenses are exactly what they sound like. If you're working and you're inside your home, some of these expenses could be business expenses. And the cool thing is you could be eligible even if you only work from home part-time. We're talking rent. We're talking related capital cost allowances, maintenance, and repairs. We're talking property taxes. We're talking property insurance. We're talking part of your mortgage payment. We're talking even some of your utilities like water, heat, electric. And what can you do with all that money that I just helped you save?
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
To be eligible to claim business use of home expenses, you have to meet at least one of two criteria. Number one, your home is your main place of work, or you work from your home part-time in a designated workspace. The CRA is dead serious when they say sole business use. No spare beds, no treadmill, no crafting supplies. Unless somehow those things are directly related to your business, you're gonna get in big trouble.
You're stealing, right to jail.
Hopefully you qualified for this tax year, but if you didn't, start thinking about ways that you can qualify for next year. It might be worth it to shift more of your business activities into the home or set up that designated workspace. So keep paying attention, because even if you didn't qualify this year, you could qualify next year. Okay, so if your main place of business is your home, you can calculate your expenses according to how many hours you work in the home. Let's say I work 40 hours a week.
That's a conservative estimate.
Annually, that works out to 2,080 hours a year, and there are 8,760 hours in a year. So I take 2,080 hours divided by 8,760 hours, and I will get 24%. So I can claim 24% of my business use of home expenses. Okay, so let's put this into like a real life scenario. If my rent is $1,000 every month, at 24%, I can claim $2,880 a year just of my rent as a business expense. That's like getting a discount of $240 off my rent every month. That's amazing. How much more art could you make with an extra $240 a month? And because this method is calculated by hours, you don't need to have any kind of separation between your personal space and your business space. But that's only if you're full-time. If you're only working part-time, then you have to have a designated workspace. And you would calculate your percentage by taking the total square footage of your workspace and dividing that by the total square footage of your home. So again, let's say you live in a 650 square foot apartment, and let's say you have a tiny little office and it's like a little 10 by 10. So 650 square feet, 100 square feet of that is business. That means you can claim 15% of your home expenses. That's not bad. Okay, so that all seems pretty straightforward, right?
It's a trap!
Of course it's not that easy. It's the CRA. They're gonna take something pretty logical and make it kind of complicated. Now at this point, you may be thinking, Savannah, this doesn't sound so bad. Savannah, this kind of even makes sense. You should know better by now. Business use of home expenses are only deductible if the amount that you're claiming does not exceed your income for the year. Income versus revenue. So your income is your net. That's your take-home pay after expenses. If you only made $300 of profit, then you can only claim up to $300 of business use of home expenses. So what I would recommend is do keep track of your home expenses, but don't rush out and remodel your home office just yet. You need to be especially careful about this category in the event that you think you're going to have a low revenue year or maybe even be claiming a loss. Quick note about claiming your mortgage. There are several paragraphs about the methods and the restrictions of claiming anything related to your mortgage as business use of home expenses. And I did not read them. You think I own a house?
In this economy?
Bookkeeping. So you're going to need to protect yourself in the case of an audit. The CRA is literally going to ask you to show your receipts. And if you don't have them,
I smell cat.
if your main place of business is the home like me, I keep track of all of the hours that I work. You're going to need some sort of documentation system in order to demonstrate and prove how many hours you worked on your business and that you worked those hours from home. Basically, you have to be able to prove that that percentage of expense that you're claiming actually came from somewhere that wasn't just the top of your head. If you have a designated workspace, you're going to need some kind of documentation that proves the total square footage of your home, as well as the square footage of your designated workspace. So if you rent, a signed letter from your landlord might be a good option. It can also be a good idea to snap a quick pic of your designated workspace in order to prove that there is nothing in there for personal use, that it's for business use only. And that's everything. If this was helpful, don't forget to give the video a like. You can check out my account for more business tips for creative small business owners and artists. I'm doing a video series right now on taxes since 'tis the season. Psst. In next week's video, I'm going to tell you how you might still be able to claim business use of home expenses even if you didn't meet the criteria that I listed at the very beginning. So make sure you're subscribed. In last week's video, we went over capital cost allowance, so that's any purchase you made that was $500 or more. You can't just claim it like a normal business expense, so make sure to check out that video. And the CRA's website explaining that is, why is there a special category for pinball machines? Yeah, you're gonna want to watch that video. So don't forget to hit subscribe!